This story is titled, "My Wife Called Me Just an ATM at a Party. Then her friend exposed her affair and lies about an open marriage. I never thought I'd be the guy sitting here, typing out his marriage imploding on the internet. But here I am. My name's Mark, 34, and until recently, I thought I had a pretty solid marriage to my wife Mari, 32. We've been together 6 years. At least, I thought we had something real. It all blew up a few nights ago, and honestly, I still feel like I'm standing in the middle of the wreckage, trying to figure out how I didn't see the fire sooner. Last weekend, Mari invited me to a party to meet her new work friends. She started this job a few months ago and has been spending a lot of time with her coworkers, happy hours, weekend hangouts, all without me. I'll admit, I'd been feeling a little left out lately, so I was actually looking forward to meeting the people she kept talking about. When we got to the party at a downtown bar, it felt like she couldn't ditch me fast enough. The second we walked in, she disappeared into a circle of coworkers, laughing, chatting, ordering drinks. I tried to join in a few times, but she barely acknowledged me. She introduced me once in passing. "Oh, this is my husband." No name, no warmth. And then went right back to her conversations like I wasn't even there. So there I was, standing on the edge of her group like a lost extra in someone else's movie. Every time I tried to speak up, she'd talk over me or give me one of those tight smiles that says, "Not now." It was humiliating. And then there was this guy, Mike. Mid-30s, smug grin, clearly her work buddy. He was all over her, leaning in close, touching her shoulder, laughing too hard at her jokes. At one point, he slipped an arm around her waist, and she just let him. No flinch, no stepping back. She smiled. I walked over, trying to keep my cool. "Hey, everything okay here?" I said. Mari glanced at me like I was interrupting something. "We're fine," she said quickly. No introduction. Nothing. Mike gave me this smirk that made my blood boil, then let her go. I didn't want to make a scene, so I stepped back, biting my tongue. That's when one of her friends, Anna, a woman she knew from college, came over and started talking to me. She must have seen how uncomfortable I looked. "You okay?" she asked quietly. I shrugged, but even she commented that Mike didn't seem to know I was the husband. Later that night, things got worse. The group was drunk and loud, and I was standing a few feet behind Mari and her coworkers, still sober. They probably thought I couldn't hear them. Over the music, I heard her laugh and say, "Oh, him? Don't mind him, he's just my ATM." At first, I thought I misheard. But then Mike chuckled and said, "ATM? So he's footing the bill tonight?" Mari laughed again. "He basically funds my lifestyle. That's what husbands are for, right?" I froze. I cannot describe the feeling. Like someone had punched me in the gut and all the air rushed out. My wife, the woman I've spent 6 years loving, was standing there, talking about me like I was a credit card. I stepped back, my ears ringing. Mari turned and saw me. Her eyes widened for a second, but then she smoothed her expression like nothing happened. "Hey, you okay? You look upset," she said. I couldn't even find the words. "I need some air," I muttered, and I walked out. She didn't follow me. Didn't even text to check if I was okay. Anna saw me leave and came outside. She sat with me while I vented about what I'd just heard. "Yeah, I heard it too," she admitted softly. "It was messed up. I didn't go back in. I texted Mari, 'I'm going home. You can catch a ride with someone else.' Then I grabbed a cab. The ride home felt like the longest of my life. Mari didn't come home until 1 or 2 a.m., clearly drunk. I was still awake. The second she walked through the door, I asked her, "What the hell was that? Why would you call me your ATM? Why would you treat me like I didn't even exist all night?" She waved it off. "It was just girl talk. Everyone jokes about their husbands like that. You're overreacting." Overreacting? I told her it wasn't funny. It was disrespectful. I said it felt like she only valued me for my money. She got defensive. "Maybe if you acted like a real husband and weren't sulking in the corner, I wouldn't have made the joke," she snapped. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I wasn't sulking. I was standing alone because she'd iced me out. The argument went in circles until she finally threw up her hands, called me sensitive, and went to bed like nothing had happened. I slept in the guest room that night, staring at the ceiling. Over the next couple days, Mari acted annoyed, like I was the one causing drama. She even tried to be affectionate once, as if she could smooth it over. I pulled away. I was still too angry, too raw. I started thinking maybe we could try counseling. I didn't want to throw away 6 years without trying to fix it. And then Anna texted me, "Can we meet up? There's something you need to see about Mari." When we met, Anna brought screenshots. Proof that Mari wasn't just disrespecting me. She was cheating on me. With Mike. Anna told me she found out by accident when Mari left her phone unlocked at her apartment. The messages were explicit. Mari telling Mike she missed him, talking about their meetups, even saying things like, "Don't worry about my husband. He's fine with it. We have an open marriage." An open marriage? I felt sick. In another message, she wrote, "He knows he can't satisfy me like you do, so he's okay with this." I sat there in shock as Anna showed me a short video clip from the party. Mari was dancing with Mike, basically all over him, while their coworkers cheered. It was like a knife to the chest. Anna looked at me with genuine sympathy. "I'm so sorry, Mark. I couldn't just watch her do this to you." I thanked her, but I felt hollow inside. Mari doesn't know I have this information yet. She still thinks I'm just mad about the party. She has no idea I know she's been sneaking around. Right now, I'm sitting here with all the proof, and I think I'm done. I haven't confronted her yet. I'm consulting a lawyer first. Once I show her what I know, all hell's going to break loose. But she brought this on herself. After everything, I decided I'm moving forward with the divorce, and I want her out of the house. When I told her that, it triggered another wave of anger. She screamed that I was heartless, that I never truly loved her if I could kick her out so fast. I didn't rise to her insults. I just told her to go stay with a friend or book a hotel because I couldn't stand to be around her anymore. Legally, I know I can't force her out right away since it's been our shared residence during the marriage. But the house is mine. I bought it years before we even met, and my lawyer assured me I have every right to ask her to leave. He's already helping me set up a formal timeline for her to move out as part of the divorce. For now, she's still in the house, but we're in separate rooms and barely speaking. Every so often, she'll either break into sobbing fits or come at me with a new round of accusations, blaming me for ruining her life. It's tense, miserable, but I keep reminding myself this is temporary. Anna's been keeping in touch with me, and she let me in on something interesting about Mike, the affair partner. Apparently, when Mari told him I'd found out and that I was furious, Mike realized she'd been lying to him too. He thought our marriage was either over or open. According to Anna, he freaked out when he found out the truth. So yeah, Mari wasn't just betraying me. She was stringing Mike along too. From what I hear, Mike cut her off cold after he realized what kind of mess he'd stepped into. Good riddance. So here I am, 3 days post-confrontation. The divorce is filed, the lawyers handling the heavy lifting, and Mari's alternating between begging me to take her back and accusing me of being a monster. I'm emotionally raw, but for the first time in weeks, I feel like I've got my footing back. I'm glad I didn't let her gaslight me into thinking any of this was my fault. She lit the match that burned our marriage down. I'm just walking out of the ashes. And to be honest, I feel lighter already. I wasn't planning on updating again, but so much has happened it feels like a whole lifetime since my last post. First off, the divorce process is moving along. Mari got served, and now she's lawyered up too. On the legal side, things have been fairly straightforward. No kids, no shared bank accounts worth fighting over, and the house is mine. It's all in my name from before the marriage. She hasn't contested anything major yet, probably because she knows she doesn't have much leverage after everything she's done. But the personal fallout? That's been something else. When I first asked her to leave the house, she went to stay with a friend. I found out later it was Anna. And honestly, I was surprised Anna even allowed that after how Mari treated both of us. But Anna told me she didn't want Mari doing something reckless like driving drunk or worse, so she let her crash on the couch for a few days. That arrangement didn't last long. Anna told me over coffee recently that Mari acted like she was the victim in all this, moping around, demanding comfort, and expecting Anna to wait on her hand and foot. On the second or third day, Mari apparently snapped at Anna, saying something like, "I hope you're happy. You ruined my marriage." Anna shot back, "No, you ruined your marriage. I just told the truth." Things blew up after that. Anna said Mari treated her like a maid/therapist instead of a friend doing her a huge favor. She ate Anna's food, left messes, and offered zero help or gratitude. After less than a week, Anna told her to find somewhere else to stay. Mari didn't take it well. She accused Anna of abandoning her in her time of need. But Anna held firm and kicked her out. From what I've heard since, Mari had a hard time finding anyone else willing to take her in. Most of her closer friends were people I knew too, or mutual friends, and when I explained the situation, a lot of them distanced themselves from her. I don't blame them. She ended up bouncing between a motel and a coworker's spare room for a while. I don't know where she is now. Honestly, I don't care. Not my problem anymore. As for Mike, he's gone too. After realizing Mari lied to him about our marriage being open, he dumped her. I heard he even told some colleagues what happened, maybe to get ahead of the gossip or because he was angry. Either way, word got around at her job. Mari's work life is a mess now. People there know she cheated and lied, and apparently it's so awkward she requested a transfer to another department. Actions have consequences. When it came time to split up belongings, she dragged her feet about picking up her stuff, probably because she didn't have anywhere stable to put it. Eventually, through the lawyers, we set a day for her to collect her things. I made myself scarce that day and had my brother supervise, so I didn't have to see her. She took her clothes, personal items, and a few pieces of furniture we'd agreed on. That should have been the end of it. But of course, there had to be one last little jab. When I was going through my mail later that week, I found a handwritten note from her. It said, "I hope you're happy tearing my life apart. I regret ever trusting you and Anna." I didn't respond. What was there to say? So that's where I'm at now. The divorce isn't final yet, but the hard part's over. The house is quiet now. And yeah, sometimes that still feels strange after 6 years with someone. But mostly, it feels peaceful. No more drama. No more being treated like an accessory to someone else's life. I'm moving forward. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like I can breathe. I handed that bitter little note over to my lawyer, just so we'd have it on record. But otherwise, I didn't engage. I'm done letting her drag me back into her drama. Now, on to something I didn't expect to happen so soon. Something brighter. You remember Anna, right? My ex's former friend, the one who showed me the screenshots that blew this whole thing open? Well, in the past few weeks, she and we've grown closer. At first, it was just coffee here and there. Casual chats to vent about the mess, help each other process what had happened. She felt betrayed too. Her friendship with my wife had gone up in flames over this. But as we kept meeting up, something shifted. We started talking less about the affair and more about ourselves, our hobbies, work, family, random funny stuff. It felt refreshing. Like for the first time in months, I could breathe again. I realized how much I enjoyed being around Anna. She's sharp, funny, thoughtful. She actually listens. I also started noticing how beautiful she is, though at first I felt guilty for even thinking it. Was it too soon? Too complicated? Turns out, Anna was having the same worries. She later admitted she'd started feeling something but didn't want to overstep, given how messy things already were. For a while, we danced around the tension. Neither of us wanted to make the first move. But one night, after dinner, as we were walking to our cars, she said softly, "I don't know if I'm imagining this, but it feels like there's something here, and I don't want to make things harder for you." That broke the ice. I told her I felt it too. We talked honestly and agreed to take things slow, no rushing, no drama. Just two people trying to figure out if there's something real between them. And yeah, there is. We've gone on a couple of proper dates now, movies, dinners, walks in the park. She's been a light in the middle of this chaos. I'm not saying I'm in love or anything. This is still early, but being with her feels natural, easy. And after the hell I just went through, I didn't realize how much I needed that. I haven't told many people yet. No social media posts, no big announcements. It's private for now, partly because my divorce isn't fully finalized, partly because I don't want my ex hearing about this before I'm ready for her inevitable meltdown. Speaking of which, Anna and I were out one night recently, at a lounge downtown, just enjoying ourselves with another couple. We were at the bar when I felt someone glaring at me. I turned, and there she was. My ex. She stormed over, her voice dripping with venom. Wow, real classy. Couldn't even wait for the ink to dry before screwing my friend? The whole bar went silent. People were staring. I took a deep breath and said calmly, "This isn't the time or place. You need to leave." She didn't back off. She started yelling that Anna and I were disgusting, that this was some revenge plot to humiliate her. She even called Anna a backstabbing bitch and lunged forward like she wanted to get in her face. I stepped between them and held my ex back by the shoulders. "Enough," I said firmly. Club security arrived seconds later. Two bouncers grabbed her arms and told her she needed to calm down or be escorted out. She kept screaming as they dragged her toward the door. You threw me away like I was nothing. You're a coward. It was surreal. Watching her spiral like that in public, I didn't even feel anger. Just sadness. Outside, we saw her standing alone down the block, crying as she fumbled with her phone to call a cab. I didn't go to her. There was nothing left to say. On the ride home, Anna and I sat quietly for a while, both processing what had just happened. Finally, I said, that was closure. For real this time. And it was. This will probably be my last update. The divorce is finalized. My ex and I are done, in every sense of the word. I'm focusing on my future now, with a clear head and, maybe, a hopeful heart. I don't know where things with Anna will go, but I know she's been good for me. She reminded me what it feels like to be respected, appreciated, and that's something I'll never compromise on again. Here's to starting over, and to never letting anyone treat me like an ATM ever again.